Are you feeling it right now? That subtle shift in the way you think about money, opportunities, and your future? Let me ask you something important before you scroll away. What if the thoughts you're having today are not random at all, but a clear sign that your mind is entering a new wealth frequency? Many people reach this moment without realizing it. They feel restless, reflective, sometimes even uncomfortable, as if the old way of thinking no longer fits. If that sounds familiar, you're exactly where you need to be right now. Your mind does not change overnight, and wealth never starts in your bank account. It always begins in your awareness. Today, something is different. You may have noticed that ideas about abundance, financial freedom, and personal expansion are appearing more often in your thoughts. You might feel more sensitive to conversations about money, success, or growth. That's not coincidence. That's your mindset recalibrating. When your mind enters a new wealth frequency, it starts questioning limits it once accepted as normal. Think about this carefully. Have you recently felt less satisfied with just enough? Have you caught yourself thinking bigger, even if you don't yet know how it will happen? This is how the shift begins. A wealth frequency doesn't scream for attention. It whispers. It shows up as curiosity, as awareness, as a quiet inner knowing that more is possible for you. And when your mind reaches this stage, it's because you're ready to perceive opportunities that were invisible before. For a long time, your mind may have been operating on survival patterns, focusing on bills, problems, lack, and uncertainty. That frequency keeps people stuck, not because they aren't capable, but because their attention is trained on limitation. But today, something is changing. Your thoughts are starting to move toward possibility instead of fear, toward creation instead of reaction. That's what entering a new wealth frequency actually means. Here's the truth most people never hear. Wealth is not only about working harder or getting lucky, it's about the mental environment you live in every day. When your inner dialogue changes, your external reality eventually follows. Right now, your mind is becoming more receptive to abundance. You're starting to notice patterns, connections, and ideas that align with growth. This is the stage where many people feel confused because the old mindset hasn't fully disappeared, but the new one is already forming. And this is where engagement matters. If you're watching this video, it's not by accident. You were drawn here because something in you recognizes this message. Pay attention to how your body reacts as you listen. Pay attention to the thoughts that surface. These reactions are signals. They indicate resonance. They indicate alignment. And alignment is the foundation of any financial transformation. As your mind enters this new wealth frequency, resistance often appears. Doubts, like, am I really capable? Or, what if this doesn't work? May surface. That doesn't mean the shift is failing. It means it's real. Every upgrade in mindset challenges old beliefs. Your awareness is expanding, and expansion always creates friction before clarity. Stay with this message. Don't rush past this moment. The next part will help you recognize exactly what this mental shift looks like in your daily thoughts, emotions, and decisions, and why ignoring it could pull you back into the old frequency you're finally leaving behind. Before we go any further, pause for just a moment and check in with yourself. If what you're hearing makes sense, if something inside you feels seen or understood, that's not something to ignore. This is exactly why it's important to stay present with this message and truly understand the content, not just listen passively. Understanding is what allows this new wealth frequency to settle into your mind, instead of fading away after the video ends. My friend, this message is resonating with you right now. I want you to do something simple but powerful. Go down to the comments and write a short sentence that confirms your intention. You can comment something like, "I'm ready for my next level," or "My mind is shifting into abundance." Writing it isn't for the algorithm alone. It helps anchor this awareness in your subconscious. When you engage, your mind treats this information as important, not temporary. And if you're getting value from this, take a second to leave a like on this video. Liking the video is a way of telling yourself that this kind of content matters to you. It signals that you want more clarity, more growth, and more alignment with wealth-focused thinking. The more you interact, the more you reinforce this new mental environment you're stepping into. Also, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. This isn't just another video you watch and forget. This channel exists to continuously strengthen this mindset, to keep you aligned with the frequency of expansion, clarity, and financial growth. Subscribing means you won't miss the next messages that build on what's already happening in your mind right now. What you're experiencing isn't random, and it isn't temporary unless you allow it to be. Understanding the content, engaging with it, and staying connected is how you protect this shift. In the next part, we're going to break down the clear signs that confirm your mind has already started this transition, and how to recognize them in your daily thoughts before the old patterns try to take control again. As we move forward from this point, it becomes important to slow down your attention rather than rush it, because this phase you're entering is subtle, and subtle shifts are easy to miss when the mind is distracted. When your mind begins entering a new wealth frequency, it doesn't announce itself with instant results or dramatic changes on the outside. It starts internally, in the way you observe your own thoughts, in the way certain ideas suddenly feel heavier, more meaningful, more real than they did before. You may notice that conversations about money, success, or freedom no longer feel distant or unrealistic. Instead, they start to feel personal, almost intimate, as if they're speaking directly to something within you that has been dormant for a long time. This is often the moment when people begin to reflect on their past decisions with a new level of clarity. Not regret, but awareness. You may catch yourself realizing how often fear guided your choices, how frequently you accepted limits without questioning them, how many times you postponed growth because it felt safer to stay where you were. This awareness is not meant to punish you. It's meant to free you. A new wealth frequency requires a new level of honesty with yourself, because abundance cannot coexist with self-deception. Your mind is learning to see patterns it once ignored, and that's a sign of expansion, not discomfort, without purpose. At this stage, your thoughts may feel louder than usual. Ideas come and go, some exciting, some unsettling. You might feel drawn to learning, to improving your skills, to understanding how money really works beyond survival. This curiosity is not random. Curiosity is one of the first signals that the mind is shifting from scarcity into growth. A mind locked in lack focuses only on immediate relief. A mind entering abundance starts asking long-term questions. It wants to know how systems work, how opportunities are created, how people build stability and freedom over time. If these questions are appearing more frequently for you, it's because your internal frequency is changing. You may also notice resistance appearing in subtle ways. Old beliefs can surface unexpectedly, whispering doubts like, "This isn't for people like me," or "It's too late to change." These thoughts are not failures. They are echoes. They belong to the old frequency you're leaving behind. Every mental upgrade triggers resistance because the mind is designed to protect familiarity, even when familiarity is limiting. The key is not to fight these thoughts aggressively, but to observe them without obeying them. Awareness weakens old patterns faster than force ever could. As your mind aligns with a higher wealth frequency, your perception of time can shift as well. You may feel less willing to waste energy on things that drain you. Distractions lose their appeal. Conversations that revolve around negativity or complaint may feel heavier than before. This isn't because you're becoming cold or detached. It's because your mind is prioritizing alignment. Wealth consciousness values energy, focus, and direction. When your frequency changes, your tolerance for misalignment decreases naturally. Another sign that your mind is entering this new frequency is the way you respond to responsibility. Instead of avoiding it, you may start embracing it. Responsibility no longer feels like a burden, but like control. You begin to understand that taking ownership of your financial thoughts, habits, and decisions gives you power rather than stress. This shift is critical. A wealth-oriented mind understands that responsibility is the gateway to freedom, not its opposite. You might also feel moments of clarity followed by moments of confusion. This is normal. When an old identity dissolves and a new one hasn't fully formed yet, the mind exists in transition. In this space, it's easy to feel uncertain, but it's also where transformation accelerates. Many people turn back at this stage because they mistake uncertainty for failure. In reality, uncertainty means you're no longer operating on autopilot. Your mind is recalibrating, learning to function on a higher level of awareness and intention. Pay attention to how you make decisions now, even small ones. You may notice a growing discomfort with choices that don't align with your future self. This is your internal compass, adjusting. A wealth frequency doesn't just influence money, it reshapes identity. It changes how you see yourself in relation to opportunity, discipline, and self-worth. You may find yourself less willing to settle, less willing to negotiate against your own potential, less willing to ignore the voice inside you that says there is more ahead. This frequency also affects how you perceive other people's success. Instead of triggering comparison or envy, it may start inspiring curiosity. You may think, if they did it, how did they think? That question alone represents a massive shift. A scarcity mind asks, why not me? A wealth mind asks, how does this work? One question drains energy, the other generates it. As your mind enters this new frequency, your questions evolve, and with them, your outcomes eventually follow. There is also a quiet confidence that begins to build during this phase. Not arrogance, not certainty about results, but trust in your ability to adapt and learn. Yedra may not have all the answers yet, but you start believing that you can figure them out. This belief is foundational. Wealth is built by people who trust their capacity to grow into challenges rather than avoid them. When your mind aligns with this frequency, setbacks no longer feel like proof of inadequacy. They feel like feedback. You may notice that you're becoming more selective with what you consume mentally. Content, conversations, environments. Everything starts filtering through a new internal standard. This is not accidental. Your mind is protecting the frequency it's entering. Just as your body rejects what harms it, your awareness begins rejecting mental inputs that reinforce limitation. This self-protection is a sign of maturity, not isolation. As this awareness deepens, you may feel a strong urge to make sense of what's happening to you, to name it, to understand it fully. That's why staying engaged with this message matters. This isn't passive listening. This is active, mental alignment. And before we continue deeper into how this shift shows up in your daily behaviors and financial decisions, I want you to pause and engage intentionally. Go to the comments and write something that reflects what you're experiencing right now. You can comment phrases like, I feel the shift, my wealth mindset is activating, I'm noticing the change, or even describe briefly what has felt different for you lately. Your words matter, and expressing them helps solidify this new frequency as we move into the next part. If you stayed with this message all the way until the end, it's because something here truly connected with you. That already says a lot about where your mind is right now. This is the moment to make that connection conscious. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, because everything you're hearing here is part of a sequence designed to keep strengthening this new wealth frequency you're entering. Each video builds on the next, and staying connected helps you maintain this mental alignment instead of slipping back into old patterns. If you made it to the end, I want you to leave a comment to anchor this shift. You can comment something simple but intentional, like, I'm aligned with abundance, my mind is ready for wealth, or I feel the frequency shift. Writing it down reinforces what your mind is already starting to accept, and it also helps this message reach others who are in the same moment of transition. Also, if this video resonated with you, leave a like as a signal, not just to the platform but to yourself, that this type of content matters in your life right now. It tells the algorithm and your own attention that you want more messages that expand your mindset and elevate your financial awareness. And before you go, don't miss the next video that's appearing on your screen right now. It continues exactly from this point and goes deeper into how to protect this new frequency and turn it into real, lasting change. Stay with it. Your next level begins with what you choose to focus on next.